getting ready to present at the getting ready to start the peak performance.
Hello, John. How you doing today? You mailed in my company a postcard a few weeks back requesting information on penny stocks that had huge upside potential with very little downside risk. Does that ring a bell? Okay, great. Well, reason for the call today, John, is something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea with you. You got a minute? Name of the company, Aerotine International. It is a cutting-edge, high-tech firm out of the Midwest awaiting imminent patent approval on a next generation of radar detectors that have both huge military and civilian applications. Now, right now, John, the stock trades over the counter at 10 cents a share. And by the way, John, our analysts indicate it could go a heck of a lot higher than that. Your profit on a mere $6,000 investment would be upwards of $60,000.
Jesus, that's my mortgage, man.
Exactly, you could pay off your mortgage.
This stock will pay off my house.
John, one thing I can promise you, even in this market, is that I never ask my clients to judge me on my winners. I ask them to judge me on my losers because I have so few. And in the case of Aerotine, based on every technical factor out there, John, we are looking at a grand slam home run.
Okay, let's do it. I'll do $4,000.
4,000, that'd be 40,000 shares, John. Let me lock in that trade right now and get back to you with my secretary with an exact confirmation. Sound good, John?
Yeah, sounds good.
Great. Hey, John, thank you for your vote of confidence, and welcome to the Investors Center.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. Just love the Wolf of Wall Street, don't you? Even Jordan Belfort says now that he wouldn't do some of the things that he did back then, but you gotta admit, the man was really good at cold calling, wasn't he? Well, today we're going to talk about how to create a sense of urgency. Hi, I'm Christine Harrington, the Savvy Sales Lady. And can you create a sense of urgency? Is that possible? Well, is it possible to create a sense of urgency with the prospect without sounding like a snake oil salesman? Not slick like Jordan Belfort. So here's what we're going to be covering today. Can you create a sense of urgency? Questions you should ask, and how to solve the prospect's problem without needing urgency. All right. I am a firm believer that timing is everything. Can you create a sense of urgency? I don't think so. I think there's another way you can do this without having to pressure the buyer. So like I said, I believe timing is everything, but you need to set up the sales conversation so you don't need to create a sense of urgency. And that's what we're going to go through tonight. So let's get to questions. Now, does the prospect have a specific problem? Do you know how many times in coaching I ask, what is the specific problem that you're trying to solve for the prospect? And the salesperson will talk all around it. And basically, they don't know. They don't know, or they assume they know what the problem is, but they really don't. So you have to know what the specific problem is that you're trying to solve. Why does the prospect have the problem? That is a question that so many salespeople don't ask. Well, Mr. Prospect, why do you have this problem? How did this problem come about? What happened that you have this problem? You got to know. Then if the problem isn't fixed, what are the consequences? If they don't fix the problem, what's going to happen 6 months from now? What's going to happen from a year from now? What will happen if they don't fix that problem? Get them thinking in terms of what will happen in 6 months if you don't fix that problem. Then what will be the negative outcomes? So if you don't fix the problem in 6 months, what could possibly happen? What are some of the negative outcomes that could be created because that problem isn't fixed? Do you see how when you go down this line of questioning that you are creating more of a sense of urgency in the prospect's mind by just merely asking the questions? Doesn't that make sense? So let's get down to how you can solve it, okay? So some of your talking points will be, how do you specialize in solving this problem for prospects? How can you be specific in specializing solutions for that particular problem for the prospects? You solve problems for what specific prospects? It blows my mind at times that salespeople think that because they have a lead, that means that that prospect is interested. It could be they're just kicking the tires. It could be that they aren't even aware of all of the problems that they do have. So you have to be real clear on who is your prospect, specifically, who is your prospect and how you solve problems for that specific prospect. Don't get in the mindset of throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing what sticks. Okay? If you're not familiar with that term, I said that in a training one time and somebody raised their hand and they say, "What does that mean?" Throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing what sticks means that you're not qualifying your prospects. You're just going through numbers to finally get to a yes. So you're just going through the motions to finally get a yes. That, my friends, are a waste of time. Okay. Then you want to talk about what are some of the desirable outcomes that they'll get by working with you. Okay. And then the reason you recommend your product or service is because it's the most effective solution to solve ABC. Whatever that problem, specific problem, your product and services can solve. And then the benefits of solving your prospect problems are what? You need to let them know what the benefits are. What are the, which is the next one, which allow your prospects to achieve a positive outcome. What are the benefits of solving the prospect's problems? And then what positive outcomes will they, receive? This is all based on your products and services. So it may sound something like this, okay? And um, I'm going to preface this with my coaching firm. So use this template for your product and service, okay? The Savvy Sales Lady coaching firm solves the problem of low sales performance. That's what we do. We solve this problem for salespeople, specifically for salespeople who suffer from call reluctance, which creates poor sales performance. When they work with us, we help them become comfortable in making cold calls by teaching phone etiquette and how to make an effective phone call. The reason we recommend both the cold calling course and one-on-one coaching is because the combination of both is the most effective solution to solve call reluctance and poor sales performance. The benefits of working with us are a more confident sales team, which in turn creates higher sales performance, resulting in more sales. Now, you can take this template and totally work it around what you sell, okay? So let's go through it again slowly. In the first bullet point, how do you specialize in solving this problem? I said the Savvy Sales Lady coaching firm solves the problem of low sales performance. That's what we do. Okay, the next bullet point, you solve problems for what specific prospects? We solve this problem for salespeople, specifically who suffer from call reluctance, which creates poor sales performance. Okay, that's being very specific, right? For what desirable outcome? When they work with us, we help them become comfortable in making cold calls by teaching phone etiquette and how to make an effective cold call. Then the next one. So that was the outcome. So they can make effective cold calls and feel comfortable making calls. Then the next one, the reason you recommend your product or service is because it's the most effective solution to solve blank. So I say the reason we recommend both the cold calling course and one-on-one coaching is because the combination of both is the most effective solution to solve call reluctance and poor sales performance. Okay. And what are the benefits of solving your prospects' problems? I said, the benefits of working with us are a more confident sales team, which in turn, which allow your prospects to achieve a positive outcome, which in turn creates higher sales performance, resulting in more sales. Okay? Do you see how that works? And you should use this template for every prospect that you're working with, whether through an email or you're cold calling or some kind of marketing material that you're using to promote your product or service. This is such an easy template that all salespeople should be using this. And when you do it this way, you automatically create a sense of urgency so you don't have to do these cheesy things that I have seen so much, which is, well, we can only offer this discount by the end of the day. So if you don't pull the trigger now, then chances are it'll go away by the time you made a decision. You see, that's pushing, pushing, pushing. So instead, you want to create the sense of urgency in the prospect's mind by outlining what can happen, what the positive outcome will be. If they don't work with us, then the chances are that sales team or that specific salesperson isn't going to improve, is never going to get any better. There is this, I got to say, I'm going to get on my soapbox now. But why has training fallen off in businesses and corporate America? I mean, I don't get it. I really don't. You want your salespeople to succeed, but you don't give them the tools they need in order to succeed. Sales training is so vital, whether you're brand new and you've never sold before, or you've been selling for 30 plus years. We all need to learn and stay updated on our skills, especially the veteran salespeople. There's this, and I've seen it in trainings that I've done, where there's that one person that's sitting there with his arms or her arms crossed. They're not open to learning at all. I had someone say to me one time, well, this was, I think it was last year. Was working with an insurance agency here in Indy, and the veteran salesperson said that he refuses to cold call. He only works on referrals. And I said to him, well, how many referrals have you received this week? And he wouldn't answer me. So this happens a lot in insurance industry, where the broker will develop a book of business and then sits on it, and all he does or she does is just keep renewing the business, and they never bring in any new business. And then they get out of the habit of selling. And so when they have to sell, they really struggle. You should always be bringing in new business, always. And if you're at capacity and you can't handle any more new business, you bring in support staff to help you manage your renewals while you're bringing in the new business. And this is another thing, everyone. No one can sell better than you. You know what? You should be hiring support staff, not salespeople, to sell for you. You are the best salesperson in your niche. Hire support staff instead of hiring another salesperson, because you'll become frustrated working with that other salesperson because they'll never do it as good as you. You'll never be satisfied with their results. So keep that in mind. I have seen this happen in sales, in insurance agencies, where a sales veteran will hire someone to sell for him or her, and it'll be a young man or a young woman, and all they do is nitpick the young man or young woman. Get a support staff and you go out and sell. Okay. There, I'm off my soapbox now. And I just wanted to help you in this sense of urgency issue that I see all kinds of bad advice out there about it. Create the sense of urgency in the person's mind by going down your list of questions. Okay. You should be able to answer this for every single prospect. Does the prospect have a specific problem? What is the specific problem? Why does the prospect have the problem? If the problem isn't fixed, what are the consequences? Then what are the negative outcomes? If 6 months from now they still haven't fixed it, what's the negative outcome? What could happen? All right, what ifs? What could happen? What if you never fixed it, Mr. Prospect? What could happen? All right. And then use this template to talk about how you can help them resolve this problem with a positive outcome. Okay. I really hope this helps you all. And if you noticed, I finally put my email address below So you will have that if you want to reach out to me and ask me specific questions. So next week, we have on Tuesday, I did it again. I forgot what it is. And then starting in May, we have guests that will be coming on, and I've got some pretty cool guests coming. So I hope you join me then. All righty. Well, you all have a great rest of your week. Stay savvy and remember, sales is a journey, not a quick trip around the block. I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye bye.